Good afternoon and welcome. My name is Irfan Nooruddin, and on behalf of my colleagues at the India Initiative at Georgetown, it is my privilege to welcome Mr. Devendra Fadnavis, Honorable Chief Minister of Maharashtra, to Washington, D.C., and to Georgetown University. Welcome and thank you for being here, sir. The India Initiative aims to promote deeper conversations about US-India relations in general and about India's development in the 21st century. Each year, over the last couple, we have hosted about 40 events, ranging from cultural showcases to academic talks to our signature India Ideas Conference. But this afternoon's event is quite unique for us, as it marks our first time honoring a senior Indian political figure for the remarkable record of governance and development during his term in office. Before I introduce our honored guest this afternoon, allow me to recognize Deputy Assistant Secretary of State Tom Vida, thank you for being here, as well as members of the delegation from the embassy and from the state government in Maharashtra. We are honored to have all of you with us. I especially want to thank Mr. Kaustav Davse, who serves as Joint Secretary and Officer on Special Duty to the Chief Minister. In October 2017, Kaustav spent a week here at Georgetown as part of the Georgetown Leadership Seminar. We count him now as an alum and as a Hoyer, and he has been a special friend to the Georgetown India Initiative, facilitating unique opportunities for our students, including a student this summer interning in the war room of the Chief Minister, 2 students who interned in the war room last summer as well, and spearheading a growing partnership between Georgetown and the state government. Indeed, I'm very proud to have you be among the first to know that with the blessing of the Honorable Chief Minister and the support of Mr. Davse, we will be announcing very soon a formal agreement establishing the Georgetown India Innovation Lab as a formal research partner of the state government of Maharashtra. This will allow Georgetown faculty and students to partner with government officials in Mumbai to develop creative new solutions for the challenges facing the state of Maharashtra. And we are truly honored for the opportunity to serve the 110 million plus citizens of Maharashtra. Thank you. The challenges of India's development are many, but so too is its potential. And with all due respect to national capitals like Washington, D.C. and New Delhi, the key to realizing that promise lies in India's state capitals. Our friends and partners at CSIS have led the charge in Washington to educate policymakers in the private sector about the importance of engaging directly with Indian states. And if you aren't familiar with the forums that they convene and the research products they produce, you should visit csis.org and find out more. And we're really thankful to Dr. Karthikeya Singh, who I saw somewhere already, for his partnership in making this afternoon possible. There is no better exemplar of the dynamism in India's state capitals than our honored guest today. Shri Devendra Fadnavis has served as Chief Minister since October 31st, 2014, a longtime member and party activist and party worker of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Mr. Fadnavis became mayor of Nagpur in 1997 at the age of 27, making him the youngest mayor of Nagpur ever and the second youngest mayor of any city in India ever. 2 years later, in 1999, for those of you doing the math, he's only 29 still, he was elected to the State Legislative Assembly, and in a country renowned for its anti-incumbency, has successfully held his constituency 3 successive times, now going on over 17 years of representing his constituency. We imagine very soon it'll be a 4th consecutive time. This meteoric yet painstaking rise through Indian politics has resulted in him being named Chief Minister through his triumphal leadership of the BJP's campaign in 2014. And as such, he is now the state's 18th Chief Minister and the first member of the BJP to hold that post. Holding true to his personal belief that politics is a means to effect socio-economic change in the lives of people, the Chief Minister has made development the primary focus during the 4 years he has held office. Under his leadership, there is a new underground metro being built in Mumbai. Our students had the unique opportunity of going down in the tunnels and seeing the tunnel boring machine doing its work, as well as a new airport, a coastal highway, a expressway to connect Mumbai to Nagpur, a pioneering campaign to make the state drought-free and a Jal Yukta Shivar. His vision is expansive, spanning a new center for artificial intelligence in Mumbai, a digital e-governance portal, investments in turning Mumbai into a fintech hub, and building a hyperloop to connect Mumbai to Pune someday in just 21 minutes. When I was growing up in Mumbai, that's how long it took to merge onto the highway. What we're hoping to do over the course of the next 45 minutes or so, we're on a very tight schedule as the Chief Minister is expected at the World Bank right after this, is to hear from him about the work he has done and what the work he intends to do over the coming years in Maharashtra, to have the chance to ask him some questions of our own, and really to let him know that here in Washington, there's a great many partners excited to do work in Maharashtra. In recognition of all those remarkable accomplishments and with great excitement for what is yet to come, the Georgetown India Initiative is very excited to inaugurate today a new award that we hope will be an annual award to recognize outstanding leadership in development at the subnational level, both in India but elsewhere in South Asia and the world. But today, the first of these awards will go to Mr. Fadnavis. And so please join me in congratulating Shri Devendra Fadnavis and welcoming him to Georgetown. Yes, sir. And this mic is yours, please.
Thank you, Irfan. I really feel humbled. Humility, I dedicate this award to the people of Maharashtra who put all their faith in me and my party, and gave me this opportunity to govern the second largest state of India, which is also powerhouse of India. I'm really thankful because such awards, they not only reaffirm your faith in what you are doing, but also tells you that the path which you have chosen is correct. And I think in past a little less than 4 years, we could do phenomenal work in the state of Maharashtra. A journey began when the state was in extreme drought, and around 30,000 villages out of 40,000 villages were under extreme drought with no water. And we decided that drought is not always creation of nature. It's also consequence of our misdeeds, our bad planning. And the first decision which I took was to make Maharashtra drought-proof. We identified 22,000 villages in Maharashtra which had perennial drought. And we decided that solution to Maharashtra's sustainability, whether it is water supply to these villages or sustainable agriculture, it does not lie in creating huge water storages or dams, but it lies in water conservation. The topography, hydrology, geology of Maharashtra is such that even if we create all large dams on our big rivers, 52% of the state's area, geographical area, will always be drought prone. So if you could use the runoff of the water, of the rains, and allow it to percolate into soil, and if you could recharge our aquifer, we can make our villages drought-proof. And we started this Jalyukt Shivar, which is a very scientific watershed management scheme, where all the watershed maps are being created, and we are trying to reclaim what was actually there. And due to human intervention, we lost it. And through this approach, today I'm happy to share that in just 3 years, we could make 11,000 villages drought-proof. And by the end of this year, this figure will reach 16,000 villages. And the result is, those villages which required water supply by tanker for 6 months of a year are now tanker-free. Those villages which have never seen cultivation due to water storages are now doing horticulture, taking horticulture crops, fruits, vegetables, and the entire economy is changing. And in the very drought-prone area, the water table has gone up by 3 to 5 meters. And I think the biggest success of this story is people's participation, where around more than 10% of contribution towards these works came from people. And they not only gave money, they also did a lot of groundwork. And there's a whole lot of team in every village which understands science of water. So I'm sure with this team, they will never let a village go into drought again. With this, we also took many initiatives into agriculture development, rural development, and basically, I feel that our key to growth is infrastructure-led development. I remember the words of John F. Kennedy, who said, American roads are good, not because America is rich, but America is rich because American roads are good. And I think that is the key. In Maharashtra, for past 67 years, we had 5,000 kilometers of national highway network. In last 4 years, we have added 15,000 kilometers more to the national highway network. We have actually started work of 5,000 kilometers, and we are at different stages of starting other 10,000 kilometers of road. 15,000 kilometers of national highway, 10,000 kilometers of state highway, and 30,000 kilometers of rural connectivity, which will change the entire face of Maharashtra. And again, when we talk of rural connectivity, I think in 21st century, it's not just the physical connectivity, the digital connectivity matters more. And we are taking fiber to every single village in our state to enable it to be part of the digital economy, which is future. And by this date, we have finished 50% of the villages, and maybe in 9 to 12 months, we'll try and reach every single village with fiber, which would change the entire way of things we are doing in the villages, and they will be part of the digital initiative and the digital economy. Mumbai, all of us know, is the financial capital of India. But infrastructurally, Mumbai was quite neglected for quite some time. In fact, many cities, we started infrastructure building quite later, took over Mumbai in their pace. So we started doing a lot of infrastructure projects in Mumbai. And today, we are creating a 250 kilometers metro network in Mumbai. We are creating around 100 kilometers of elevated suburban railway network in Mumbai. We are about to start water transport on the east coast of Mumbai. We are building a coastal road on west coast of Mumbai. And we are also joining the island city of Mumbai to the hinterland by a 22-kilometer sea bridge. And this will be one of the longest bridge ever built in India. And that will connect Mumbai to New Mumbai, where we have already started building a new airport. And in the vicinity of this airport, in the influence area of this airport, we are creating our urban agglomeration, which is 600 square kilometer urban agglomeration, which will be third Mumbai. We have Mumbai, we have New Mumbai, and this will be third Mumbai, which will be bigger than Mumbai. And this will actually create host of opportunities of investment. And as we all know that the future of financial services is fintech. And we want to develop Mumbai and MMR region as fintech capital. We have already released our policy on fintech. And today, when we aspire to make Maharashtra first $1 trillion subnational entity in India, I think the digital economy is the key. We are now 400 billion, and with our today's growth rate and business usual, anyway we will become a $1 trillion economy by 2030. But we want to become a $1 trillion economy by 2025. And the key to that is, on one hand, infrastructure, sustainability in agriculture, and today we know that the watertight compartment between services sector and industry sector or manufacturing sector does not exist. With Industries 4.0, artificial intelligence, the entire space has changed. And I think that will offer a lot of opportunities in Maharashtra, and we are trying to grab those opportunities. We have recently started the first institute, India's first institute on artificial intelligence in Mumbai University. We have also tied up with the World Economic Forum to have its second institute on Industries 4.0 in Mumbai. And I think with all these initiatives, we'll be part of the digital economy and will create more jobs, will create human resource. And I think we can actually achieve this target of making Maharashtra a $1 trillion economy. You have also mentioned about Nagpur-Mumbai prosperity corridor. I think Nagpur-Mumbai prosperity corridor is a 700 kilometers access control super expressway. 700 kilometers super expressway, which will be one of the longest super expressway ever built in India. And it is not just an expressway. it is connecting two cities. On one hand, Mumbai, which is gateway to India. The JNPT port in Mumbai handles around 60% of container traffic that comes to India. And on the other hand, Nagpur, which is at center of India, which is 0 mile of India, and after GST is being rolled out, the artificial barriers among the states have gone away, and the biggest opportunity is into logistics. And the distribution center for entire India can be at the center of India. So by connecting these two cities, we'll be able to manage around 60% of the logistics business in the entire country. And along this, with this corridor, we are also creating 22 nodes, which are like 22 smart cities. And these 22 smart cities will have different schemes around logistics, around agri-processing, around supply chain management. And this will integrate 24 districts. We always have seen world over that the port-led development has been a key to development and prosperity. The JNPT port and its port-led development has been restricted to the geography of MMR region, Pune and Nasik, not beyond that. But with this road, the entire state geography would be opened up for port-led development, because from any area in less than 6 to 8 hours, the cargo will be able to reach the JNPT port. And we are also creating 4 dry ports, which will be satellite ports of JNPT. And these dry ports will handle the cargo then and there only, so that all the congestion which we experience, one may reach the port, but due to congestion, the turnaround time is more. But if we handle the cargo on the dry port, then the turnaround time is less, and that again increases the efficiency. So the point here is, in just 3 to 4 years, all those projects which were like dream, we not only conceived them, but we actually started construction. All the projects which I have told, not a single project is such that it is on a paper. And last thing which I really want to tell you is our mechanism to get the projects done. In government, no two government entities speak to each other. In government, no two government entity give no objection to do work in their areas. So we have come up with this idea of a war room, where all big infrastructure projects, we make them part of war room. And all the stakeholders are called in the war room, and I tell them that you take decision here and now. So if you want to work in Mumbai, there are 17 agencies involved. All the 17 agencies will sit together and they will take decision then and there. What is the result? For the first metro corridor, Maharashtra created small 10 kilometers corridor. It took from planning to actual start of construction around 4 years. And now we have already started work of 150 kilometers, and it took us from planning to start of work just 8 months. From 4 years to 8 months is a time reduction which we could do, and that could save a lot of time. Again, just 2 statistics, because we are also running out of time, and you know, it is very risky to give a microphone to a politician. because you can ask him to start, but you cannot ask him to stop. But Maharashtra, with our ease of doing business initiative, has become the favorite destination for FDI. When we took over, normally whatever FDI used to come to India, out of that around 10 to 11% FDI used to come to Maharashtra. But with all our initiatives, in 16-17, out of entire FDI that came to India, 47% came to Maharashtra alone. In 17-18, 42% came to Maharashtra. And I think we have become a favorite investment destination in the entire country. And the World Bank Ease of Doing Business Index, India could jump 30 points in just 1 year. The largest contributor is state of Maharashtra. In our assessment, we excelled in 7 out of 10 counts, which allowed World Bank to push India 30 points up. I would only like to conclude that Maharashtra has always been a great state. It had immense potential. What it needed was a focused governance, was to take people along, it needed people's participation in governance. And I think we could inspire that confidence. We could tell our financing agencies that, look, we have projects which are bankable, which are viable, which can change lives of people. And today, I think in Maharashtra alone, we have started projects worth $40 billion. And if you look at the Deutsche Bank report, it says that amongst all big infrastructure projects that are taken up in India, 51% are being executed in the state of Maharashtra. So I think it has been a phenomenal journey. We look forward for more and more such initiatives which can change the lives of people. And I'm sure with this initiative of yours, by recognizing and getting recognition at Georgetown is something very prestigious. So I would not only thank you, but I would like to assure you that will not let you down. You have reposed a faith in me, in our government, in our governance. We will do more. We will improve on it. And we'll make Maharashtra, our state, one of the best state as compared to all subnational entities. Once again, thank you for recognizing and thank you for listening. Jai Hind.
Thank you. That was the statistics are awe-inspiring. And if you're here, none of this is news, but it bears repeating that the state of Maharashtra is over 110 million people. And the record that was described, if it was a country unto its own, would be seen as a success story of a rising middle-income developing country. So it's a tremendous achievement. I want to start by talking about ideas. So you talked about the war room. In the back of the room are a couple of my students who were in your war room just last week, meeting with Kaustubh and other members of the team. The idea of the war room represents an innovation in governance. And I understand that you are investing in building a policy innovation center to generate new ideas. The government in Delhi just announced a new lateral entry policy. Can you talk about where ideas come from? Who do you look to for inspiration? Are there cities and states, other subnational entities around the world that you say we could learn from them? Are there think tanks that are doing research that you say we can learn from? Where do the ideas come from?
See, me and my team, we are constantly looking at the good practices. and wherever we find one, we feel that we need to replicate it. So if it is relevant in our context, we do it. So far as war room is concerned, I always had a feeling, because I've been into legislature for many years, 17 years now, and while I was not in governance and I was a member of a minority party, opposition party, I always used to feel that the biggest impediment in execution of project is none other than government, because government conceives and other departments don't actually participate into it. And that is why I wanted to create a system where every stakeholder, even the minor stakeholder, is on board, and everybody has ownership of a project, and everybody is accountable and responsible for the project. And from there, my team created this concept into a war room, and now I think with the all wonderful results of war room, today every department sends us a note that take our project to war room. So every department wants their project into war room, but I tell them that if I take every project in war room, then what would other departments do? So I think all these ideas have come either out of experience or out of what we could see elsewhere, all the good practices which are embraced by other subnational entities or even the private sector as well.
Right. Could you talk a little bit about partnerships? You are here, of course, you've just come from New York. Here you'll be heading to the West Coast, I understand. Next, when you think about your friends and colleagues and partners at the World Bank, at the State Department, in the private sector, in the diaspora community, what do you need from them? What do you need from these partners in Washington, around the United States and North America that would actually benefit the citizens of the state?
See, I just came from Canada, Quebec, and in Quebec, I was meeting with many people who were into space of artificial intelligence, and we have created international group with University of Quebec and our own agriculture university with the chief scientist of Quebec on board for the use of AI in agriculture. I think agriculture is one field where if it is done with precision, then a lot of predictability can come into it. So pest control is a major issue where there is a large-scale distress amongst farmers due to pest, and actually they lose their entire crop due to pest attack. So we have created that group. Tomorrow I'll be going to San Francisco, where I'll be meeting a lot of people into digital space, because I have already told that we want to build the digital economy, and recently we have converted our the new Mumbai SEZ into non-SEZ with a clear impetus on financial technologies and Industries 4.0. So we want to attract a lot of investment into Industries 4.0, and I think tomorrow I'm meeting everybody in that sector. So all these visits, ultimately when we talk to people, when we present what we are doing, how Maharashtra is doing, and also Mr. Vaida is here, he was Consul General in Mumbai. So we interact with many American companies, and these companies in turn become our ambassadors. So they also tell that, look, if you come to Maharashtra, the entire atmosphere is good and we can do good business. So I think with all this outreach, we actually frame the opinion of the people to invest into Maharashtra.
Right, of course. So you talked very strikingly, one of the very characteristic features of your government has been the willingness to invest in the infrastructure of Mumbai. And this is unusual, of course, often in large parts of the world, because cities are seen as already being prosperous, and there's a bias towards rural areas possibly. You have, of course, also faced from farmers protests, agitations. There was a the very momentous farm loan waiver program that your government implemented last fall. How do you balance the needs of the rural sector with the urban sector so the whole state can grow?
So actually, see, ultimately we are a developing economy, and always such economies are in financial stress. Our fiscal space is limited. So what we essentially did was that cities like Mumbai have their own potential to generate, money. They can generate their own resources. So what we really did is we utilized our different organizations, which are our corporations, the state government owned corporations, and with their clean balance sheets, we have tried the land securitization model. So with different models for urban infrastructure, we did off-budget borrowing. And for rural infrastructure, we did budget financing. So by this, we could balance, because if we would have utilized our budget space for Mumbai and the cities, then there would have been a real bias and no money would have been available for the rural areas. So with this approach, that off-budget resources to be used in cities and budgetary resources to be used in rural areas, I think that has allowed us to maintain the balance.
Okay. Let me ask you one more question, and then we'll have time for maybe a couple of questions really quickly from the floor, if that, okay, maybe not. So let me ask one last question in that case. When you, of course, in about a year and a half, you will go back to the citizens of Maharashtra to renew your mandate. At that point, what do you see as the achievement you're proudest of? Maybe not the flashiest, maybe not the biggest, but the one that you know was the hardest to actually get done. And what would you like for the next year to accomplish? What would be the big goal in the future?
There will be many things which I will be showcasing, but the thing which is close to my heart and which is close to people's heart is our water conservation scheme, Jal Yukt Shivar. It has changed lives. If you go to the rural areas and if you interact with people, the amount of confidence it has generated in them, they now feel that no more they will be in distress. So I think that will be the biggest thing which I'll take to the people, and I'll give its credit to the people, not to me, because of their participation we could do it. And I think for my next regime, of course, all these projects which I have started are going to be completed in my next regime only, because the completion dates are few 19 in my regime, but 20, 21, 22. But I think there's still huge scope to do work. So before going to election in this regime, I created one vision document. And I told, look, if I am voted to power, this is my vision. I'll transform Maharashtra in this way. And today, I could proudly say that every single point of my vision document is either implemented or is in pipeline of implementation. Now I'll create a new vision document. We are here and we want to take the state here.
Right. In 2015, December, just for the audience, in 2015 December, I had the first time I met you, sir, in Mumbai. And Dean Hellman, who unfortunately couldn't be here today, but had served in the World Bank for 3.5 years in Delhi as part of a 15-year career at the World Bank, asked you what was the biggest challenge you saw facing, and you said droughts. Last summer, when we were in the war room with my students, we had a chance to hear from Mr. Bhatkal, CEO of the Pani Foundation, and were so inspired by the work that we've entered into a partnership with the Pani Foundation, doing a major impact evaluation across Maharashtra of the work being done. And just last Saturday, we were in Zaigaon in Satara district, 15 of our students walking around, and the pride of the villagers in the work that they have done. And one family telling us that the amount of drinking water that they now have has doubled in their daily allocation because of the work that they have invested under the program and leadership that you have provided. So I think you're absolutely right. That is something you should be deeply proud of. We are very proud that you took the time to come and join us. We're sorry you couldn't spend more time with us. We hope you can come back again very soon. Thank you so much.